This is my audience. This is my speech.
This is my daughter.
No. Okay. Ulysses S. Grant said, "The friend in my adversity I shall always cherish most. I can better trust those who help to relieve the gloom of my dark hours than those who are so ready to enjoy me in the sunshine of my prosperity." I'm going to tell you about how meeting my husband changed my life. I met my husband, Buddy, 15 years ago this past June. I was 18 years old and fresh out of high school with nothing but a messy future in front of me. I had no compass showing me a clear path as what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. I also had more to worry about than a typical 18-year-old girl because I was a mom of a 3-year-old boy. I had all kinds of dreams for myself, but no one to support them. Everyone always told me, "Sarah, you're a mom now. You can no longer have dreams for yourself. You have to think about your son. Sarah, you can't go to college. You need to get a job because you have a baby." So everywhere I looked, there was no support to do anything but work and work really hard to have nothing to show for it. But that didn't weigh me down. I applied for college and I got in, but had no way to go because the school I was accepted to was away from my family. I completely relied on my family to support me and my son financially, so I still couldn't go and no one to support me. One night while surfing around on America Online, I was instant messaged by a man who later would become my husband. We talked for a few minutes, then I gave him my phone number, and he called me right away. So we talked some more, and I decided I wanted to meet him. So I had him meet me at the park across the street from my house, Merritt Elementary School. I instantly fell in love with him the minute I saw his sweet face. I was a loss for words, and all I could say to him was, "How are you?" And every time he'd tell me he was okay. By the end of all this madness, he left, and I left to go home. And I told my friends, "I'm going to marry that man I just met." And again, I was met with doubt and negativity on how I needed to focus on just being a mom to my son, and how I needed to get a job to support myself and focus on my son. Buddy called back a few days later wanting to go out again. I chickened out. I told him I didn't have a sitter and I couldn't go. So he said, "What about another day?" And I said, "Okay." And he said, "What about July 5th?" I said, "Yes." He called July 4th to make sure that I could still go. And very nervously, I said, "Yes." The next day he picked me up and we went to dinner at Grizzly's. And we went and saw the movie Armageddon. While we were dining, he was just listening to me talk about my future, my son, and other things, just rambling. Before I knew it, I had eaten my salad and his salad. And all he could do was listen to me. And once I was done speaking, he said something I wasn't used to. He said, "Sarah, you can have a baby and do all of those things. You can get a job and focus on what you want in your life as well, and take care of your son. You just have to listen to what you want for yourself." After we had dinner and we watched the movie, we just kept talking, finding out what we liked, what we wanted for each other, and out of life. I realized then I wanted him more than I wanted school. So I didn't go to school. I decided to become Buddy's wife and raise our beautiful children until now. Buddy has recently shown me that I can have school and a family by allowing me to go to Lake Superior College and continue to work and raise my children. So over the years, not only is it important to support someone financially, but you need to support their dreams. Buddy showed me this by watching me grow as an adult, raise his children, and be a good wife. So instead of listening to the negativity that I received most of my young adult life, I listened to my hopes and my dreams and watched my husband support them. I watch those dreams now in my children, and I support them. Instead of telling them to get a job because they're adults or they can't go to college because they didn't get good grades, I tell them you can do both. You can have a job and you can go to school. Buddy put that positive light in my life, and I stopped listening to the negative. And I tell my children to not listen to the negative as well. Listen to the light, always listen to who's positive, and you will always come out on top. the same way that Buddy showed me I don't have to listen to the negativity 15 years ago. That's how I met my husband, and that's how he changed my life.
Good, so you're both again, right?
That's Buddy. That's Daniel. That's Mike. That's my paper.